today I'm just going to take you through Laurel Portier's videos for Brick-and-Mortar. I've had a lot of questions come up in the last 30 days or so, and so I thought I'd like answer a few questions that people are asking me, some of the frequently asked questions, just so that you know the ad system doesn't replace what you're already doing. If you've already got something working, this enhances it. You could also just set this up if you've got nothing running at all and get out in front of your local community so they get to see you in their Facebook feed. You can go in other feeds too, but I found that the Facebook feed is the cheapest and the most effective. That's my own personal opinion, okay? So one of the things I want to start with is actually the offer. I hope you can see this. And some people are actually confused as to what an offer means. An offer is what you do. It's your service. Like, for example, if you are a restaurant, your offer will be about the food you're serving. If you are a car mechanic, your offer is about fixing cars. If you're a hairdresser, your offer is about what you do with fixing people's hair. Okay, so that's all an offer actually is. You don't have to do anything particularly special. Now, if you might have a discount going on, that could be your offer. But remember, your core offer is the service you provide. Okay, so something I really wanted to go over today was about what type of content to put out and how much of it. So I found in the last 18 months that for Brick-and-Mortar, you don't actually need to put a lot of content out at all. You just need to be consistent. And once you have your first 3 ads up and running, all of this is in the training, okay? You just want to be putting up 3 different posts per week. Now, obviously, the more video you can content you can get up, the more people will recognize you and the more familiar you become, and obviously the more trusted you become. But I know a lot of us are busy and we're not sure what to post. So you can also do things like written posts, photographs of what you're doing, and reviews from customers, and that is all good too. But try and mix it up. Try and do at least 1 video piece per week. And the other thing was something Laurel taught a long time ago, was something called the goodwill bar. And the whole point of the goodwill is to actually think about, if you put your offer out every single post, people are going to get turned off by that. So Laurel's suggesting at least 6 or 7 different types of content and then put your offer up. So if you want to put your offer up every week, make sure you're putting out at least 6 other pieces of content per week in your feed. Now, one thing that actually I noticed in the last 3 years or so is that many people are actually using Canva posts, which is fine, okay? I call them static Canva posts. But if everybody in your area are using the same type of Canva post now, especially if you're in the same niche, you're all going to look the same. Okay, from the people on the outside, if they go to your page and they're trying to choose you from all the other people in the same niche, they're not going to see any difference at all. So let's say if you're a restaurant, show what you're making, show how clean your kitchen is, like have a little video with the chef, ask him what he's making today, let him describe the ingredients going in and how he will cook the onions a special way to give them that specific flavour. Just do little things that show people who it is you are and the care you take on the service you provide. By doing this, people are going to want to come and see what you're doing. If you can get brave enough to actually ask your customers, would you mind being in a video or a photograph with me? There's nothing better than seeing somebody with a happy smiling face eating some delicious food and maybe like a comment or a quote that they said underneath it. That's a really good way of showing other people that people enjoy coming to your restaurant and enjoy your food too. I don't know about you, I like eating, so restaurants, one of the things that come top of mind. So that's some of the ideas that you can actually put in as content. So why do we do this? Okay, well, first of all, your 3 main videos are going to be going out to people who do not yet know you. Okay, they don't know who you are, but you want them to know who you are, because the more people who see you and understand what it is you actually have there, the more people are actually going to come and check you out. Okay, nobody knows who you are until you show up in front of them. And if you've got a physical business, you can't just walk around with your business and show them, say, like door-to-door people. But obviously, if you're doing Laurel's strategy, you have 3 very cool specific scripts that you can use, okay? And they're really easy to adapt to your own business. And once you get those, they only need to be between 60 to 90 seconds long. Now, why do we keep them short? Okay, it's because we don't need to explain, if we're a restaurant or a car mechanic or a hairdresser or any type of physical business, we don't need to tell people who it is we are, what we do, to convince them to come. People who are looking for a restaurant to eat at already know they're hungry and they already know what a restaurant is. They just want to know what it is you've got. Okay? With hairdressers, trying to choose a hairdresser is a nightmare if you don't know a good hairdresser already. If you walk down your main street, there might be 5 or 6 different hairdressers there. And how would you know who to choose? I know this from experience. It's actually very, very difficult. I've lived in a lot of places. So by doing very specific video, like happy customers, maybe a before and after picture, what it was people enjoy about being in your salon, all those things make a difference when people are trying to choose your type of service. They're going to come to you because they already recognise you and what you do in their Facebook feed, so you become the obvious choice. Okay, so first of all, people who don't know you yet, you do 3 short videos using Laurel's 3 scripts. If you're not sure, ask me, I'll send you the links, okay? And we're going to get video views. And if people have sat and watched your video, or just watched your video, we know that they're interested in what you've got, okay? Once you've got 1,000, we can retarget those people so that you are always top of mind, okay? And this is where this becomes really magical, because to keep putting out content in front of these people is really, really low cost, because video type content ads are the cheapest type of ads to run, okay? And we're going to be nurturing also your audience. So people might be thinking about going to a restaurant maybe in a couple of months' time for a special dinner, maybe for Valentine's Day, my birthday, by the way. And, if they know that you've got good food and they keep seeing you pop up in the feed, seeing all the happy smiling faces and the different types of wines and waters and different things that you serve and different types of desserts, when it comes to Valentine's Day, they already know to book at your place because they already feel like they know what you have. Okay, that's just one example. What do you want to put in there? You want to do things like, you could also do short form content. You could do little tiny written posts, fun videos too. Put some of those in so people get to see your personality. You can, I always like education, like explaining what it is you do. And I also think answering frequently asked questions is something that's really useful. We worked with a lot of real estate agents and estate agents in the UK. And if you're trying to choose an estate agent or real estate agent, it is almost impossible to know who to choose, because from the outside, they all look the same and nobody really knows what a real estate agent does, okay? If you can actually educate people on how your whole service works, they will trust you. They feel more secure because they know who to choose. I have a really good example of this. Last year we had a case study, and there was a lady working for a real estate agent, and she knew from working in corporate that having social media posts out to her local area would really help them to choose them. Okay, at the time they were just known for lettings, even though they did sales. We put 4 video posts up with Jules actually explaining the whole process and what she'd do if she came for a valuation or if they signed up to have their house on the market with them. And they were inundated. People were just walking in the office asking to see Jules so that she can come and value their house or, have it on the market. And it was incredible. They went from doing about 4 sales per month with people who just knew them to just being inundated with sales. I can't remember the exact number, but I know they went from sort of like 35 grand to 130 grand in just 2 months of working with us. We actually had to turn off the ads. It was that crazy. But that's just one example. Everyone's situation is different, so it's not going to be for everybody, but certain situations we can actually look at and tell you what you need to do to get things rolling. Things like restaurants. It's one of the easiest ones to do, because you just want to show what kind of food and the kind of atmosphere you have and show how clean your environment is. Walk up to your restaurant with do a walkthrough, show people how good your whole placement is inside. If you've got outside areas, gardens, all these different things, just show people what you've got. Create the atmosphere for them so they feel like they know what to expect before they even get there. You'll just have people coming in no time if you've got a good establishment. Obviously, look after people. Unique services, that's just my bucket for anything that doesn't fit into these particular, because obviously there are a lot of unique services that we have. Obviously local health services, like if you're a private doctor or a therapist, chiropractors and acupuncturists. And with that, you are going to be reassuring people at first, because a lot of people have problems with their health. health. I don't need to tell you this. We all have either family members or ourselves that have had health issues, and a lot of us don't know how to solve those problems. If you show up and solve one problem at a time, and then we show you how to get there, show them what to expect, show them how clean your environment is and things like that, things that people need to know, people are going to know what your service is and how it's going to be when they go there. They're going to feel like they trust you, and they'll feel better. They won't be so nervous, because it's hard having a health issue, or even in mental health, or if you're having a psychological problem. Most of the time you can't even identify what you need. If you can tell people what to look for, they will come to you. They'll trust you. It's really easy to do because you know your customers. Beauty is massive, because, we worked with a really good client last year, and she's really good at what she does. She does permanent eyebrows, okay? And she actually helps a lot of people who've gone to a salon, had a terrible job done, and she fixes it, okay? She's incredible at what she does. And when she worked with us, we just got 3 of the top of funnel videos up. She had been running ads in the past, so we had a warm audience to also retarget. And within a week, her appointments were fully booked for more than a month. It was crazy. Again, we didn't actually have to do much more for Brooke after that, because she already had a community who already knew where she was. They just didn't remember. From time to time, you will go to a different place because you don't think about it. As soon as Brooke came back up in their feed, oh, there's Brooke. Love going there. It's really personalised. It's really clean. All those things, and fully booked again. We're helping her right now because she's just had to move to a different area because her place got shut down really quickly. Like, these things happen, and we're doing the same thing again, showing people where she is, showing them how to get there, showing them we've got parking spaces and all this as well, and what the new salon looks like and what to expect. It makes it really simple for people then to understand she's moved, because obviously if you're doing beauty and things like permanent eyebrows, you don't go every week. If somebody goes to find Brooke and she's not in her old location, they now know because she's popping up in their feed, as well as obviously sending out text messages and stuff. Physical products, this is obvious, okay? You might be a gallery. You might be selling T-shirts. You might be a clothes shop. You might be doing, there's so many things. It could be a home hardware store. And all you're going to be doing is showing them how to get there, okay? Showing them what to expect, telling them about your brand, telling them and showing them what you've got, okay? If people know what you've got, guess what? If they need what you've got, they'll come to you because they already feel familiar with your physical products and where you are. Okay, so that's what you're doing. You're literally advertising, marketing, and you're using videos so people get to know you, so they feel comfortable with you. Okay, so that's really all this is about. Now, target your local area. Okay, so you want to work out which part of your area to target. Actually, that's done in the headline. The closer you can actually keep your targeting area, the cheaper your ads tend to be. Okay, so a lot of us feel we should go broad and wide because we think then more people will be seeing it. Well, actually, I actually find that if you keep your area smaller, it's more condensed, those local people actually will get to know you. They will talk about you as well, which is what you want in a good way for your good service. And so that's what I suggest. And just use your headline and your messaging. Make sure that they know where you are. And that way they will come to you if they need your service. And this is what this is about. It's like keeping yourself top of mind. So when people need what you've got, they already feel familiar with you and they'll come to you. Okay, so that's all of this right now. So basically with your middle of funnel, you're showing people what it is you do. Okay, now just one moment. Okay, so I had something else I wanted to do, which was actually about the familiarization. And there was something else explained to somebody yesterday, and they said, make sure you put that in your video, which is basically when people keep seeing you in your videos, they actually feel like they know you. Okay, and I used Laurel as an example. And just imagine this. You've seen Laurel so many times on her videos and her trainings that if you saw Laurel across the street, walking on the street, you'd feel like you knew her already, and you'd probably run across the street and go, hey, Laurel, it's me. And she would have no idea who you are at all, but you'd feel like you knew her. Sorry, I hit my microphone. You knew her really well. And it's the same with TV personalities, film stars. You know that feeling if you see somebody who's been in a film across the street, don't you? When I used to live in London, I saw famous people all the time, and I'd be like, oh, I recognise that person. Okay, especially growing up on a small island where I recognised everybody, that feeling was so strong that I could go off and chat to them quick about, what you're up to, how's it going. It was really quite peculiar. And even though I've never met Laurel personally, if I saw her across the road, I'd like be going, oh my God, it's Laurel. I wonder how she's doing. And she'd be like, oh, who are you? Okay, maybe not so much now because obviously we're in her mentorship group, but you know what I mean. Okay, so this is what you're doing. Okay, you're actually building familiarity and trust with people just using video. And this will speed up the whole of your business just by people having seen you and you understand, them understanding what it is